So I use Canva. I actually pay for the upgrade on Canva because there's just so many things. But there are great tools to use on the free side of Canva. When you come to some of the marketing sites that we use, they do have dimension requirements. The US Net Ads has an 800 by 800 pixel that you have to use. Canva is a great place to go and resize your images. They also have the option, so when you go into create a design, you can see all the different places or different feeds that you have the option to create. So if you wanted to do social media images, you just click on social media and it gives you all the different ones. Instagram posts, it gives you the exact dimensions of what an Instagram post is supposed to be. If you want to do a story, if you wanted to do an animated social media, TikTok. So if we click on this, it gives you all the different options. You can see the Facebook, what size Facebook has to be. Facebook cover. So if you ever wanted to do a cover for Facebook, which is the top feed of your Facebook page, it shows you what size that needs to be. Blog banners, that's what I use a lot of time is the blog banners to put in different pages. You got your YouTube, you got Twitter, you got Pinterest. Even if you wanted to go in and create a Pinterest pin, here's your Pinterest that you can just click on it, then drag your images over, and it will put it in the size that Pinterest needs to be.
Sheila.
Yes.
On going back to the banner. Is that what you use at the very top of your pages? Like what I noticed, I think it was your home page. It said Thanksgiving or whatever.
Oh no, that's if you go to your website and go to customize, it tells you what size your banners need to be to go up the top. So that's all I did. So I just went to appearance and goes to headers.
Oh.
And when you get there, my computer's going really slow. I probably need to clean it up. I haven't cleaned it up in about 3 weeks, so bear with me.
That's all right. I'm only 3 or 4 months behind.
You'll catch up. You got to get out of the house. I told you that yesterday. Get out of the house. So then you can go to your header images. And you see right up here, it tells you what size they need to be.
Okay.
426 by 100.
So you just pick a picture and then you just put it in there?
Yep. So when you go to Canva and you want to create a design, you go to custom dimensions and you put in that design, 426 by 100.
Okay.
And create a new design. And then from there, if you have pictures that you've uploaded, then, or you can upload a picture. You just go to uploads and you go to media library that you can upload it and then go to your device. And then that's where you can pull up your Google Drive or that's where you have your images. If you have your images saved in your pictures download, you can go there. If you've pulled images off of Google Images and put them in there, you can put it there. But you can actually upload pictures and put into your Canva for you to use. So I'm just going to go to blogging pictures. These are some of the pictures I haven't used. I haven't created any memes for. So let's go to, I'm going to do something with this. So here's some good things, sick bed. Okay, so I've downloaded that. I'm going to click on that image, and you see it's really small, so sometimes you have to play with it. Sometimes they don't always fit in the way you want them to fit in. So sometimes your image might not fit what you want it to fit. So this isn't a good image to use there. You can always go to photos, so I'm just going to click and trash that, but I'm going to still leave this here. So there's photos that you can use that's already in Canva. Depending on what you got, I have the paid one, so I got a bit more access to a lot more photos. But there's a lot in there for the free. So you can type in here sick. Let's just see what sick is. So there's different images in here. And then sometimes, oh, this is cute. Oh, that one's adorable. So again, here we got one that's not going to fit what I want to fit, so I'm going to delete it. So you can look at some of the ones that, how it's laid out, that might work. And then if you just want to use that picture and say, okay, I'm going to use that one. And then you can start playing with it. You can put in a background. So come down here to your background and choose a background. You can do solid colors. You can do a pattern maybe, or gradient.
Mm-hmm.
You know, have your picture there, and then you can do a text.
Text, okay.
Do your heading. And I always write mine first.
I love that. I'm going to have to just stay away from Canva till I get more done on things, because this could definitely be my rabbit hole.
It can be a rabbit hole, trust me. And you can actually move your image once you figure out how you want to write, what you want to say. And then you just play with it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you want to make sure you got your link that you want to use. This will be a great one, and then you just stretch it out. And then you can say, feel better soon. Okay, so I want to have enough room to go under here. And then I'm going to put another one. Well, I don't want it that big. Do the next one. And then you want to take them to your website.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right. And again, like I said, you're going to have to play with it to get it the way you want to, because these are really small. So usually these you don't want to put a whole lot of information on it because they are small.
Right.
It's usually just the, so I can actually, let's take this one out and put this up here. Okay. So there's that. And then once you get here, depending on if, I don't remember what all comes with the free, but you can change your and I want to get this by itself. So you can actually change your writing, font, make it different places. Something simple. And then there's that. Like I said, as long as you know what it is. I don't usually put my HTTP in there. You don't really need to. And then there's that. And then you just download it. You can download it wherever you want to. When you click on your download, it prepares it. Then you can go to my logos. I'm going to put this under Blue Scorpion, and I've titled it, Have a Bad Day. And then the other thing is once you get your picture done, you can come here and hit your three dots, and it asks you where you want to share it. You can share it to Facebook. You can share it to Twitter. You can go to a Facebook group. You can actually download it to your Google Drive from here. You can put it in your Dropbox. So there's different things that you can use if you want to pay for it, if you like it. If you're doing a business card, you can actually have them make your business card. You can create pictures or images, make a canvas out of it. You can create posters, flyers, however you want them to fix this, but you pay for it. There's different things. You can put it on a coffee mug. I'm actually thinking about doing something like this for advertising. We'll put my logo on it and give it away for Christmas gifts.
Right.
You know, different things like that. You can do tags. I'm looking to see, I actually have somebody that's making me some ink pens with my logo on it. So there's different things you can do. And then once you download it, it's there and you can use it for advertising. But that's how you can use that one. And then same thing, you go and create another one.
Well, when you upload it, how do
Go
you
ahead.
get it up there on top of that page?
So then once you upload it, you told it what folder to go to. So then you go to your website, and right here, you're in your headers, and you go to add an image. And it's going to ask you, where do you want it? You want to upload it. So you remember what file you put it in. So I'm going to go to my logos. I'm going to go to my blue scorpion because that's where I put it. And there it is right there.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can do your alternative text. So you always still want to use your key phrase.
Scorpion.
Mm-hmm. And then you're going to select, and if your picture's too big, it's going to ask you to crop. And see, since ours fits the parameters, we don't need to, so we're just going to hit skip cropping. And then it's going to put it up there. And since it's the first one, it's going to automatically change. All right, so then I want to hit publish. So there's my picture. But then you want to make sure that you go down to the bottom and hit randomize. Then that way it cycles through all the images that you have here. And you see I've got all my images the same.
Right.
So that they all show up. So now no matter what, and then you want to hit publish. Anytime you change anything, you want to make sure you hit publish. And then you can go and visit your site and you can see your new image start cycling through.
And it's just changing every once in a while.
Yep. So if you go to a different page, I think it's like every 3 or 4 seconds, there's a different image.
Cool.
Just based on how it cycles through. See, there's the new one.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, you can't pick and say, well, I want this image to show up with this picture. It don't work, or this page. It doesn't work that way. Once you put them in your header, they just cycle through.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. And you can have as many as you want. Thank you, Catherine. See you next week. So you can put as many as you want in there. You just don't want to overpower it. You want to make sure that they're all related to your website. So if you put a picture in there, make sure that you have something in your website that, or a page in your website that they can search. Yeah, you can use Canva to create all kind of things with. So like with
Jill,
me,
I had a question with this new branding that they're starting with. They really want us to use that stuff as much as possible. So it's like, as long as you have the branding somewhere in your website for all the things that are going to come to play, you can play with everything else.
Yeah, if you have the means, if you're in the means program, that's just for advertising. Whenever you're doing advertising, they want you to use the means. But that doesn't mean that you can't come here and use Canva and create individual personal images that you want to put on a page.
So is the branding only going to be with the memes?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I mean, even with me, I can find a picture similar to what the memes are. So like we have the memes for the brain. And those of you that have seen it, it has a brain. So if I want to come here and create a blog banner, and I don't know if blog banner comes with the free one or not.
I'm missing my brain.
So I'm going to come here and I'm just going to go to my photos or photos that comes with Canva. And I'm just going to type in brain. And I'm going to find one that's similar to one that we have. There's one that's similar to the one that's with the means program.
Wow.
You know, I can look through and see if I see one. There's one that's similar to. So you can find different things on here that you want to use. Like there's one that Rory has. So all kind of different things that you can use. There's one, but to me, that's hard to see. I actually use that. I got a lot of feedback on this one that I used to create one. So
So anything we do like that with one of the meme things, without, you know, it doesn't take away from what they're trying to achieve with
No.
Okay.
No. So if you are in the memes program, when you are doing your advertising, by all means, use the memes. That's what they're there for. But that doesn't mean that you can't create your own and keep creating them. Just to, you know, because sometimes it might take a while. Like, you know, some people haven't gotten their memes yet, but they're still wanting to do the branding. So go find an image that's similar and create your own meme until you get your meme. So this will be a great one to use. Again, you can just create your picture, expand it, and then, you know, just drop it down to, because I want to make sure I'm not really concerned about the hand so much as the brain. All right, so I have that, and then I'm just going to come in here and create a meme. All right, science fiction. I'm going to try to be consistent. Meet new technology, and I'll fix that in a minute and come back here. All right, so, and then I'm going to put and then you can just play with the wording, make it bigger. If you need to, you
How'd you tilt that again?
It has a little cursor on the bottom right here. You just turn it.
I got you, like the telephone.
Yep. And this is, there we go. And then here, do the same thing. And you don't always have to keep them all the same. Where the two meet. Dot, dot, dot. Here. And if you want to, you can change the font for each one. Each one of them can be a different font. You know, just play around with it. You can actually have it different colors.
That's the rabbit hole territory.
Uh-huh. So, I mean, you can, and if you want to, you can actually move this over, expand this out a little bit. If you like it, or if you want to, just make that smaller so it doesn't take away. And I don't like to camouflage my pictures or, you know, cover up my picture, because that speaks. I don't like my wording to go into my picture. The good thing about it, say if I wanted it on the other side, sometimes I can flip it. And if I flip it, then I just move everything over. Depends on how I want it to look.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like I got more space this way. Then you have the effects, however you want this to look. You know, you can gray it out, make it look a little bit more techy. You know, see, this was a new implementation. I don't like it, so I'm gonna redo it, put it back the way I had it. So it does come in handy. This is a new one. It's with the paid feature. But it's great. But you know, here it is, something different. 5E95, the brain. So there's a logo. I just created that fast. And see, here's my Pinterest. Since I put it in my my toolbar. So now anytime I create one, here's Pinterest. It's going to ask me where I want to save this. I'm going to save it in my memes. And then close it. So there's my picture. And now I'm just going to download it. Hit download. It's going to ask me where I want to save it. And this is where your folders come in handy. And it always pops up the last thing I was in. So I just want to change it to the right one. Find my new tropics. And since it's titled, I already know what it's called, and just hit save. So now it's in my folders. And then if I want to, I come down here and hit this, go to my Google Drive, and I want it to go into templates. Click on templates again. And I'm going to find logos. And this is why it's so important to have everything labeled and then save. So now it's in my Google Drive.
How did you save it in your folders again?
How
did you save it in your folders?
When it finishes downloading, it'll pop up a screen that will ask you where you want to save it.
I remember seeing that.
Yeah. So when I go to download, I hit download, and it'll prepare the screen, you know, the image. And see, this pops up, and you always want to make sure it says save as. Okay.
Yeah.
And then you're going to look for the folder, make sure it's going to where you want it to go. If it's not, look over here in the side and choose where you want it to save.
Okay. I just didn't remember the folders popping up after downloading. I don't remember mine popping up.
Well, then you don't have it as saved as. You have it as saved only.
Okay.
So that means it's saving it to wherever you've designated your pictures to be saved, or information to be saved. So you always want to make sure that you go and change this to save as.
And where do I change that?
You should be able to go to the option when it pops up. Choose your option. You may have to go into your computer and change it since it's set up as your default. That's a whole different.
Okay. I'll check it out some kind of way.
Yeah. So if it doesn't say save as up here, and it just automatically saves it when you hit it, that means you just have it as save, and it saves it in your default folder.
Sheila?
Yes.
If you've put it into a folder, what's the advantage of also throwing it into your Google Drive?
In my Google Drive, it takes me, that way if I'm out and about and I have Google Drive on my phone, it's there for me to use. Yeah. I have it in my computer just for habit. Yeah. Just two places to have it. One's for backup. Your Google Drive is just like your cloud. It goes with you wherever you have the app downloaded.
If you delete a bookmark and it was something that you had bookmarked that you pulled up out of your Google Drive, does it remove it from your Google Drive?
Yes.
So you need to cut it, not cut a bookmark, not delete a bookmark.
Right.
Okay.
With the Google Drive, how do you get them into the folders?
You have to create your folder just like you would save it on your computer. You save it in your Google Drive. You just have to tell it where to go. So if you haven't created that folder in your Google Drive, then it can't save it.
And I mean the Google Drive itself. I did a template, but I was looking for it to go into a folder but it only came up as the document. It didn't have a folder covering.
Yeah, you have to create the folder. So when you go into your Google Drive, and
that's how I want mine to look, like you have here. How do you do that?
So you come over here, you create new, and you add folder, and then you name your folder. So when you name your folder, then you're going to have all your files here, and then you just drag your file to whatever your folder's name.
Okay. So I have to look for.
So say, let's go to my drive, okay? And let's see what I have in here. So I have some untitled documents that are here. Okay.
Right. That's what I have now.
That's what you have now. So all you have to do is stay on this page, click folder.
Okay.
And you're going to come here, and I'm going to put CJ Shortcut in my folder type.
Okay.
And hit create. All right. And there's my CJ Shortcut. Then I'm going to come down here and find my CJ Shortcut, and I'm going to drag it up here into this folder.
Okay.
All right. And then do the same thing. Like, here's my VLeads. I don't have one here, so I'm going to do a folder.
Okay.
And put VLead copy. Create folder. And then I'm just going to grab those VLeads and drag them up there.
All right. Okay.
Okay. And then that way you have everything organized in a folder, and you know what it is. And so you're not searching everywhere for everything. It's right there in your folder. And I mean, you can even go into there. So once you get that open, you can open up this folder. And then if I wanted to, I can create another folder in here and title it September leads, you know, and then there's my folder, and then put my September leads in there.
Now, for your templates that you made up in Google Documents, what documents did you use? They have resume and they have all kinds. What documents did you use?
If you go up here, click on new, come down here and just hit Google Doc.
Okay.
And then and then if you have like a lot of things, like I copied the key phrases from Jaxie, I'd put that on a Google sheet.
Okay.
So it's just like an Excel spreadsheet. So look at it just like Word or Microsoft Office. If you want it to be a document, you're going to use Docs. If you want it to be on a spreadsheet, you're going to use Sheets. If you want to create a slide or a presentation, you're going to use Google Slides. If you want to create a form, you can do Form. And you have all the different things that you want to use. But for the most part, what we use is these three here.
Can you hit on the Google Docs and can you hit the Google Docs?
Yeah, it's just a blank form. Just like,
Because they have different, but mine comes up with different names. I don't know why, but it comes up with different names. It doesn't come up like this. It comes up with different types of sheets, different kind of inserts in templates.
Yeah, you just have to make sure that when you click on that plus form, sometimes it'll have more. If you haven't used it, then it doesn't remember. It remembers based on your usage. So it'll put the most relevant ones that you've used. So it might give you the option of all of them. So just go to hit more and find the one you want, and that's the one you click.
Okay, so it's your choice how you want to set up templates. Okay, in documents. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I want mine like yours.
Me too.
I just like having everything where I can see it. You know, it's there. So all I have to do is just, go and pick it up.
Yeah. Well,
Sheila, can you organize that just like you would? I mean, can you create a folder and then like put all of your past lead sheets in? It's not just for documents and creativity. You can put anything into a folder.
Yeah, you can put anything into a folder. That's why I was telling Emilio yesterday. He was talking about how he has everything saved on his desktop, you know, or it's over here somewhere. That's where, and you don't have, all you have to do is copy it, or you can drag it into a Google Doc. You know, if it's there, just drag it over, or you can click on it and tell it to save it into your Google Doc. Or you can go into Google Doc and hit upload, and it'll say file or folder. And you just say file, and then it says where. And if you say desktop, it'll pull up your desktop, and you tell it where to, you know, just save it. That way you don't have to recopy it over. Just move it. Organization is key. You know, if you're having to spend all day or 30 minutes trying to find that one thing you know you have and you just can't find it, you know, sometimes that can be the difference between you finishing a page and just giving up.
Right.
You know, whereas if you have it organized, you got your folders, you got them labeled, and you know, hey, I just got to click on this folder, find my label, and I'm done. You know, 5 minutes versus 30 minutes is a world of difference.
Right. Yeah, well, we're duplicating you.
Huh?
We are duplicating you, so we want to be clear. Because you're very organized.
Trust me, I didn't start out this way. When I was working, yes, I did it. This is how I worked. But when I was working, when I first started this business, it was just like, okay, just save it. Just get it over with, done, so I can say I'm finished. And then you can see some of my other videos when I first started teaching. It would take me 20 minutes to find one picture that I knew I had, and I couldn't find it. And I finally said, you know what? This is not how you do business.
Right.
Yeah, I'm in that transition mode myself, mode, because I started bookmarking every training video instead of it's all just in Paul's site. So I had to clear all that out and then just throw his site into a bookmark.
There you go. Just put the site into the bookmark and then search in his site. That's why you have the search bar. I have so many people like, well, why do I need search? You got to realize your website is just like Google. If they come to your website and they see something they like, they need the option to search and see if there's more things they like. So and some people take the search out, and then they get this wonky crypto a message on their site, and it's like, what's the matter? And I always go look at it. You took your search tab off.
Wow.
You have to have that search tab. It's key, because Google will look at that and say, well, how do they look for some other stuff in your site? Because you don't have every page on your menu. You can't. You know, and if all you have is 90 pages, Google's going to say you don't have enough relevant content for them to market you. So that's why you need that search tab. I mean, I have 230 some odd published pages. I have 290 some in all. I got like 50 some in draft that I got to work on. But, you know, just ideas that I wrote down and drafted the page, so I can always come back and I got a trigger. But they need to be able to search for those other 200 pages, you know, that I don't have on my menu. So that's why you have that search, so they can search your page just like they search any Google site.
Oh, well.
Yeah, and that search will bring up anything with the keyword phrase, even if it's not yours. If it was already on your website before you got it, it'll bring that up too.
Yeah. Yep.
And I'm saying, where did all this material come from? It wasn't mine, but it's responding to the search of that keyword that you put in there.
That keyword will search. It will find, just like on Google. That's why we've been trying to tell you, your key phrase is important. Number one, that's what your page ranks for. But it can also rank for other key phrases that people are looking for. So that's why when you're writing your wine pages, use the Freedom Wines, use the Ricard Merlot, use other words that people might be looking for, because if people are searching for Ricard Merlot and you have that in a page or a couple of pages in your website will pull up too. It's not going to pull up at the top, but it will pull up. Google searches for anywhere that keyword is found, even in a title, even in a paragraph or a sentence.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, good.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I'm so sorry I missed my class. I missed out so much.
That was something that I had to learn, because if you just experiment and go into Google and just type in something really long, you know, like wine in the Americas, blah, 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 then all of a sudden you go, I didn't search for that. You get everything that has that word in it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Right.
And that's why I said it's key when you're writing your content to use as many relevant terms as you can, because you want to be able to be searched no matter what. You want as much exposure to your website and your pages as you can get. Now, that don't mean to make it wordy and just, you know, throwing words out there just so you can get search content. You still want it to be a good page. But like I said, there's times that I've come across key phrases and it's like, man, they're both really good key phrases. And I can't choose between the two. I don't. I use maybe one as the key phrase that I'm working on, and then use the other one as a header, or use it in reference in a paragraph or a sentence. But you can use multiple key phrases in a page. Just one's going to be singled out as the main key phrase. And then that way you can get searched, just like nanotechnology is a good key phrase, but so is nootropics. So guess what? I got nootropics and nanotechnology in a page. That's my title, but my key phrase is nanotechnology. But I have nootropics throughout the whole page, and nanotechnology and biohacking. All three of those are great key phrases. But, you know, I didn't just choose on one.
All right.
So,
yeah.
Okay. So that's why I said don't limit yourself on your writing just because you think you have to stick with that one key phrase. It will tell you that you need to have this key phrase so many times in your page. Once you get that limit, you know, as long as it sounds good, use other key phrases that you found that's related to that topic and write with them. It just gets more exposure for your page.
Awesome.
All right, got any more questions? If not, I think that's going to be it for today. Okay. Any questions?
I'll wait until next week.
Thank you, Sheila.
You're welcome.
Next week. Mine's long.
Go ahead. We got a few minutes. As long as it's related to PBS, we can figure it out.
It was with the Grapevine. I finally clicked on that $14.95 to open up for the Grapevine again. I had it before, but because I didn't get names, I canceled it out. So I just opened it, and I found out that I have some names on there from August. And names, and I don't know if I can use them or not.
If they're in your Grapevine, they're getting all the messages. So as long as they're in your Grapevine, if you have names, for those of you that are in your Grapevine and you have names from V Marketing from last year and you haven't put them in your Grapevine, put them in your Grapevine. That's what it's for.
Yeah. So I have to check.
But only the positives. I've had people come in and they get their leads from their instructor and they go and load them all into Grapevine. That's not how it works. Only the ones that you get feedback from.
Right. Okay.
So I don't know where these names came from. They're there, and I have to find out about the V Marketing. That was something else.
No, you don't have to do anything. If they're there, they've already been marketed to. You don't have to do anything with them.
I don't? They're just there?
They're there. That means they are being dripped on with the campaigns that are in the Grapevine. The Grapevine has email and text messages that go out monthly.
So I don't have to do anything with them?
If they're in your Grapevine already and they're showing up in there, you don't have to do anything with them. No, ma'am.
I like to get some sales. That'll be nice.
It's all linked to you. That Grapevine is linked to your information. Yeah, just when you go to your accounting, go into your wine ambassador, go to your profile, go to your accounting, and you're going to see up underneath there on the right-hand side in the middle where it has your tipping circle, your Valentis, IDs, put those in there. So your Valentis ID is going to be your login. Your Tipping Circle is going to be your whole link for your PGN.
Well, I used to have Valentis. I had to drop it in order to buy into Brain. I couldn't carry the both.
Yeah,
that's where I'm at right now.
Yeah, you get in when you can get in. That's the big thing that they're talking about. You get in the anchors as you can get in.
Right.
But still do those pages. Yeah, still do those pages.
Right.
Still do the content. Still do the advertising.
Right.
Then when you just make it to it. Like I said, my pages are never written towards advertising. I always put my advertising in last. Do the same thing. Just make it an informational page. Make it a content page. Then when you get your get into the actual program, then you can go in and modify a few things here and there so that you have a link to put in and say, hey, if you need some more information, check it out, and then put a link.
Yeah.
Or a button or whatever. But yeah, just because you don't have the anchor or not in the anchor does not mean you can't go ahead and advertise. Let them be aware that you do have it, that it's coming, and get that traffic coming to your site.
Okay. Yeah.
Right.
Sheila, so this WineBot thing, are they the leads we're getting for that? Is it the same leads we're getting for V-marketing?
No, we're still experiencing with the WineBot. The WineBot is leads that comes in from that phone number that they call in.
Okay.
So when you get that number, and you put it in, they'll call in that number, and you tell them to call, not text. You tell them to call. That WineBot gets all their information, and it goes directly into your Grapevine. You don't have to do anything.
But we have to text them first to give them the phone number, right?
No.
The number.
How do we give people the phone number?
Then you advertise it.
Okay, so we're not doing any texting then.
No, you don't text them that number. You put just like you do with the memes or any even on your website. You can say, hey, if you want more information, call this automated number. Even on when you do your advertising on your templates, you can say, hey, if you want some more information or you want to see how this great program works, call this automated number, and you put the number in, and as soon as they call that number, that WineBot kicks in. It sees where it's coming. And
that's when your 1 cent charge comes in?
Yes, I believe so.
That's totally different from they're still working on the kinks and working on that. All the MSIs is going to have training on it Tuesday.
Yeah,
so I'll be able to get all the answers for that for you. Then
and they're going to go over it next time.
I'm basically just paying for the phone number. The $100 is you're paying.
We're not talking about that right now because we still don't have all the kinks worked out. So as soon as we get all that, we're always going to be going over it again on Tuesday.
Yeah, that was about as clear as mud on the wine call today, so that's fine. All right.
So yeah,
I'm gonna wait on that until.
Yep, we're gonna wait on that for a while.
For a long while, because I don't have
$100. What I have.